Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is the end, sadly, the end of my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And I've really enjoyed doing this. I enjoy doing this every year, but especially watching a franchise, a horror franchise that I had never seen before, and so I'm going into it completely blind, and it can go either way, especially the Wishmaster franchise. The Wishmaster franchise has been the most topsy-turvy, up and down franchise that I think I've ever seen, where I didn't like the first movie, I enjoyed the second movie for what it's worth, third movie was a piece of shit, and now we are here to review Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled. This is a 2002 film, yes. 1 year after the third movie. This was shot back to back with the third movie. So it's the same director, Chris Angel. Not that Chris Angel. I finally looked up his picture, and yeah, it's not the magic dude. And the plot. This movie, my God. So this time around, we get introduced to this married couple at the very beginning, and they just buy this brand new house together. They're madly in love. The movie starts. Opening credits, them making love with over this shitty pop music, and we're off to the races, right? Madly in love, this couple. And then you come to find out, I guess there's a time jump. It doesn't say it. I think it's supposed to be a shock reveal that some time passed and the husband got into a motorcycle accident and he's now paralyzed in a wheelchair. Fuck. And so now he's bitter. Now he's angry. And now he treats his wife like utter trash. And so the wife is working with this lawyer in order to get a settlement to get the money and bullshit. So then, of course, they stumble across the red gem, and the djinn, the Wishmaster himself, comes alive, and he's there trying to get the wife to give him 3 wishes. Now, shockingly, I enjoyed this movie. Again, this franchise is the weirdest horror franchise ever. Because when I say I enjoyed this movie, I'm not saying it's a good film. I'm not saying that it's a well-made movie or a well-acted film or that it's a movie I'm going to go back and rewatch anytime soon, if ever. But upon watching it, I had some fun with the dumbness of this film. I had fun with how much this movie is so ridiculous. And it's weird because, once again, same director. He made this right after making that shitty third film. So it's shocking because I would have bet money if I didn't know. I would have bet money that this was made by a different director, that this was made by a whole different team. Maybe it is a different writer. Maybe that's what it is. Because this just doesn't feel like the movie that came before. Again, it's not like quality-wise it stepped up, but it's the story that I was most impressed with. First of all, the actress that plays Lisa, she's the main girl. She's played by Tara Spencer. I liked her. I did. It might have helped that she is attractive, that she is not a bad looker, and she was more than willing to undress multiple times throughout this movie. So that was a plus. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I like her. There you go. I'll watch her. But her whole situation with her husband, they seemed very in love. You don't see much of it, but in the opening sex scene, they seemed like they were in love, right? And then when you see the husband now, the husband is it Steven or Sam? Well, I think the husband's Sam. And he just becomes an asshole. He becomes a horrible, horrible person. Every chance he gets, almost everything he says is like a woe is me. You're only with me because of this settlement that we're trying to get, the money that we're trying to get. You don't really love me anymore. How could you? We can't have sex anymore. You don't want to be with me. Just every single thing he says is to degrade his wife over how much there's no way she could still want to be with him physically. And she's constantly like, I do. I've been with you through all this. I've bathed you. I've done everything to be by your side. I have not once tried to leave. And look, I'm not saying that if somebody, or even me, if I was in this situation, God forbid, it's a horrible situation for anyone to be in, right? Where they become paralyzed from an accident. They lose their legs. I'm not saying that you're not going to have bitterness. I'm not going to say that you're not going to be angry probably all the time. You're going to always like have this thing about it. You're always going to be aware of things that you can't do. So I get it, but he still was just being a dick, way too much of a dick to her. It was, after a while, I stopped feeling sympathetic for him, and I was like, you know what, girl, go on and fuck the first guy that you want. Not the first guy you see, because, you know, obviously it needs to be her choice, but you know what I mean? Like, don't put up with this shit anymore. So the lawyer, I think the lawyer is Steven. I think? In any event, when the lawyer is trying to talk to her, he like says that he found something off the internet, and it happened to be the same like box from the third movie that has the gem in it. Now I don't. They never really explain how the gem winds up in a different place for the new characters in the new movie to find it in order to get the ball rolling. And the fact that this was the same director and the fact that this was made back to back from the third movie, you would think they would do a better job at explaining that. You would think they do a better job of trying to connect at least how the gems got from those characters to this character. But fuck it. You know, they just happen to find it. The lawyer gives it to her because I guess he's trying to impress her, I guess. But she doesn't want anything to do with it. So the gem comes out. Of course, the Wishmaster kills the lawyer and takes his face. Now, at first I thought, okay, here's another random actor, just like in the third movie, where the Wishmaster's going to be this guy because the Andrew actor from the first two films will not come back, and I don't blame him. But honestly, this actor who the Wishmaster is taking his face, the lawyer that he took his face, so now that actor is pretending to be the Wishmaster, but in human form. I should probably say his name. Michael Trucco. I thought this guy was good. Honestly, I thought he was kind of charming. He was better looking than the guy from the first two movies, because the actor in the first two films that the Wishmaster was, no offense to him, but there was a scene where he walks into a store to buy a suit, and there's like 3 or 4 women looking at him and gawking at him as if he's Brad fucking Pitt or something. And I'm like, really? This guy is the most attractive guy that's getting all the girls, these hot girls, to turn their heads? I call bullshit. Where this guy, I'm like, okay, I could see him being more suave or being more of a head turner. I'm not trying to sound gay or anything, but I was just like, okay, this guy makes more sense. And he, again, was charming. You know, and I appreciated the fact, because I think I also had this thought too in Wishmaster 2. Why doesn't the Wishmaster try to trick the person that he's trying to get the wishes from, especially the 3 wishes? Why doesn't he just actually pretend to be the person that he's pretending to be? In every other movie, he immediately reveals himself. He immediately acts creepy. He immediately talks evil, even if he's wearing the face, so that the other person's like, ew, like, you're not the person I think, or you're not friendly, get away from me. So then, of course, it's going to be hard for you to get your wishes. Where at least in this movie, he tried to be the lawyer guy. He tried to pretend to be the lawyer, and he was just casually having conversations with her where he was like, you know, what do you wish for, Lisa? Like, yeah, it's just us buddies talking. Hypothetically, what do you wish for? And she'll just throw something, oh, I wish you would get them to settle the lawsuit. And he goes, your wish is my command. And he makes the phone call, and of course he gets the guy to like kill himself as he's doing it. But it's like, okay. And she doesn't know. Unless there was a line in the first 3 movies where the djinn had to be honest, which I think that would also make sense. You know, the second movie, he was telling them that, hey, I'm going to take your soul if you make a wish, and those people just didn't care. This movie, he was being a lot more deceitful. He was being a lot more like, I'm just going to fucking lie to you, and just to get you to to make your wish. And I don't know, the Wishmaster made a lot more sense. The Wishmaster trying to get his wishes in this way made way more sense. And when I talked about the husband and how he was being a dick because he lost his legs, Lisa's second wish is that she's like, I wish he can just walk again. She just casually throws it out there, like, oh man, I wish Sam could walk again. And so, what does the Wishmaster do? He lets the husband walk. He gives him back his legs. And then the husband is still a dick. He still spends all of this time, he says, even though I can walk and even though I don't really have a reason to be mad, I just don't want to be with you anymore, Lisa. It's like, what? I'm going to go to the strip club. I'm going to be out all night and I guess go cheat on you? It's like, he's still being a dick. This is dumb. This is just really, really dumb. And then this is where the movie really kind of kicks into gear. I know I'm kind of spoiling it. I'm just talking about it. I feel like if you guys haven't seen Wishmaster 4 by now, you don't really give a shit. It's been 20 years. But there comes a point where Lisa, once again, just casually throws it out there. I wish I could just love you for who you truly are. She just says that. She says it under her breath too. But somehow the djinn can hear her from in the kitchen, right? And he hears this and he goes, she just made a third wish. And I thought to myself, oh, well, this is why the movie's called The Prophecy Fulfilled. We're actually going to see the prophecy come true. We're going to see what happens if the 3 wishes are granted in the hell on earth that has been talked about for over 3 movies. I kind of got excited as far as let's see what they do here. But then the djinn has this moment where, because her wish was, I wish I could wish you for who you truly are. Of course, she still doesn't know that he's a fucking demon. But she just said that. And so now the movie turns into the Wishmaster trying to get Lisa to fall in love with him, genuinely fall in love with him. Now, it doesn't make sense because it's well, if you're using magic to do all these other wishes, just magically make her fall in love with you. They try to say that oh, he can't use the magic on love or some bullshit, so I guess he can't. So he's actually trying to woo her. He's actually trying to court her. He's even going to her friend and to other guys and be like, hey, how do you get a woman to fall in love with you? And it's kind of hilarious, I don't know if they were trying to go for a goofy comedy. Again, it's the same director from the third film, and that third movie was not so self-aware and not as goofy as this, so I just feel like this was a happy accident. But the djinn actually is finding himself develop feelings for Lisa in a weird way. And then we get flashes of these other demons who I guess are a part of his race, and they're telling him dude, she made the third wish, make this happen, let's come to Earth and wreck some shit, let's hell on Earth, let's fucking do it. And that's where I got confused as far as well, can he not use magic to make her fall in love with him? Because the djinn says to the other demons, no, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to make her fall in love with me. And then the other demons are like, well, do you love her? We're sensing that you have feelings for her. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with this movie? This movie's fucking bonkers, and it's wild, and it's crazy, and it's going out of control. I don't know, man. This film became the dumbest thing ever, but the most entertaining dumbest thing ever. There's even a point where because she makes the third wish. Now, we've never seen somebody make a third wish before, so I guess you could just pull this out of your ass and it works. But there's a hunter character that just appears out of thin air. And this hunter guy is now on Earth trying to kill Lisa because he needs to kill the person that awakened the djinn before the third wish is granted so that he can stop the apocalypse, so that he can stop the evilness, right? And this hunter guy, first of all, the worst actor ever. They even clearly dubbed his voice because every time he talked, it just was a deeper, didn't sound like what the guy looked like, or the audio sounded off. So the guy must have sucked. But it's just him with a sword running around. He even kills a random innocent girl that she works with at her job, cuts her head off, and then keeps looking for Lisa. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? This movie, again, is fucking wild. There are so many points that this movie goes off the rails. I don't know. I could probably talk about it for a good 20 more minutes, but let me just stop here. Let me just stop here. I think you guys get the point that Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled, is fucking wild, is fucking insane. And if you want to see how it ends, and if you want to see what fucking other crazy shit happens, just watch it for yourself. Honestly, you're probably gonna have a ball as well. Alright guys, well that's it. Like I said, this is the end of my 31 Days of Horror. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my Wishmaster reviews, especially because man were they wild. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have seen Wishmaster 4. I would love to hear what you guys think of it. Like, comment, subscribe. Happy Halloween.
Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a decked out machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going? I'm going, you know. I know that the man in the mirror is my next rival. Time goes and I never thought I'd make it so fast. Staring at the world from the end of my glass. Turned into a dark place, severed my brain. I done dropped out of class.